Hello again everyone, Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube video segment I'm going to be talking about, well, YouTube. I want to give you my critique and review of this website, and well, firstly, when I look at YouTube, I mean, this is like a global phenomenon. It's like Facebook in that sense. Its popularity is prodigious and immense, to say the very least. You could find virtually anything on YouTube. You find instructional videos. As many of you know, I do astrology videos on another channel. I have some how-to videos on this one. I have an NFL prediction, or basically it's NFL predictions and things, other videos here and there pertaining to the National Football League. And just that alone, I mean, it just makes it so interesting, because you never will be able to see all the videos in this variety of them that are on YouTube. I saw part of a YouTube Rewind video one time, and I thought that was really interesting, how they captured so many moments in one particular year. And to me, it makes it so fascinating. I mean, my general view of YouTube is very good. There's some, I mean, almost every website is flawed to some degree and has some defaults here and there, but YouTube for the most part is really something that is really something that you just really want to look at it and watch if you're somebody that likes to watch videos. And I'm one of those people. I mean, as many of you know, as I stated before, I do make a lot of videos, and especially in the past 2.5 years or so, I just can't seem to make enough of them. I just love to do it. I love uploading. I love putting videos on YouTube, and just like I stated, just the way to diversify and to have so much variety with this. And YouTube has actually, it's beneficial as well, not just because you can learn and be entertained through YouTube videos, but I've actually wound up having some friends on Facebook because of it. Some people will see my astrology videos, for example, and then they'll friend me on Facebook, and I feel that it's really increased a lot of interaction for me. I don't go out a whole lot. I'm somewhat introverted personality, and I think the interaction that one can get on YouTube is what makes it interesting as well. And some of my subscribers will friend me on Facebook, or they may find me on Twitter, and I may do the same for them. So really, it just opened up a lot of more communications for me than what I had previously. Now, YouTube is something that people, I would say most people really enjoy. And as many of you know, Google Plus is conjoined with YouTube, and you can not only can you subscribe to people on YouTube, but you could also add them as a friend or follow them. And they also have now that Google Hangout, which is connected with the Google Plus and YouTube, where you can have something set up where you can talk to more than one person simultaneously. It's kind of like a conference interaction, like when you have like the three-way calling on a phone. But I think you could have more. Best of my knowledge, you have to check on this, but the Google Hangout, I believe, can be more than 3 people even. I don't know what the limit is on it. It's something I've never done, but it's something I think is very interesting, and in a way where people can interact. You can get a bunch of your friends and talk about your interests or whatever it is you decide to talk about at that particular point in time. So YouTube really is something that really is, it's very enjoyable, and that would be an understatement, and the manifold ways, methods of enjoyment, I mean, are just, they very well could be infinite. And well, one of the things though, as far as a drawback on YouTube, now this is one thing that has occurred recently for me, like the last maybe 10 days or so. I have not, they often would give me, like, I guess it's like a widget or thumbnail by default on my videos, and for whatever reason YouTube has not done this lately, and I've been forced to basically put my own custom thumbnail up, and really, that I don't understand why this has been happening. I don't know if many other people are experiencing this, but I sure have been experiencing this of late. And that is one thing where YouTube is flawed. And another thing is that if there's some material on there, I don't know whether it might be provocative or what have you, or might have explicit material, they'll have a thing on there where you sign in, I guess, and then you have to affirm you are 18 or over, but affirming you are 18 or over doesn't prove 100% that the person is of that age. But I don't know if there really is another way people can somehow really have any 100% way of verification on an age as far as seeing certain videos. So that is another thing with YouTube. Now, the thing about it is, with just like any major website where you can have potential interaction with others, there's always that possibility that you may draw in the wrong person here and there. And what I mean is, somebody can see you on YouTube, and say somebody, for whatever reason, they become, say, enamored with your videos. They may friend you on Facebook, and you feel, okay, everything's okay. This is somebody that likes my videos on YouTube, and they think I'm cool, and they want to friend me. Now, in most cases, that it usually works out, and you made a friend, you're compatible, you might talk about subjects pertaining to the videos that you make, and maybe perhaps other things. But what the danger is in some of these instances, that if you wind up getting that wrong person, that might become obsessive. Now, in some rare isolated cases, I believe this could happen, and you just have to be very careful. Sometimes, regardless whether it's YouTube or another website, and that you can meet people on and interact, because you just want to make sure it's that right person, and they don't become overly obsessive. And another thing too is that I've had some people here and there that would friend me on Facebook after they found me on YouTube, which there's nothing wrong with that, except that it was just mainly to get information, and they wanted me to give them my insight as to perhaps things that were associated with them astrologically, and based on astrology, did I think that such and such was okay for them, and give them astrological advice and insight, and which is not necessarily bad. But when someone keeps bombarding you with these constant questions, and they just friend you for the sake of just getting this information from you constantly, it can become it can be a persistent thing that can become annoying and exasperating. So there's no infallible or flawless website. I do realize that YouTube is certainly not a perfect website, but it definitely has a lot more positive aspects and elements to it, as opposed to things that might be negative or derisive. And for the most part, YouTube has been very advantageous and beneficial for me, and I'm sure it is with a lot of other people as well. They had one thing though, and I can remember this one, I don't know if it's still going on. It might be, maybe it's dissipated because I haven't heard as much about it. They were showing things where people were getting caught on fire, and they thought that this was really, some people thought this was really cool, and then they'd hurry up and wash, put some water on them, and I was like, is this a fad? And I believe YouTube did have at least some videos on. I'm sure they got, at least many of them got eliminated. But what happens is these videos can stay on for a certain amount of time until they get enough, I guess, I don't know whether it's negative votes or they get enough reports, negative reports to YouTube regarding the video. But during that time, somebody sees some of these things, they can mimic it and replicate it and copy it, which may not be good. So that's another drawback, I think, not just YouTube, but any website that is video related, such as dailymotion.com, or I believe it's the website is Vimeo is another one, but I understand they can only get so many of these videos watched at a certain time, or watched by the right person too, in order to maybe get them removed. So that's a thing where obviously YouTube and other websites that are associated with videos, where it can be flawed, because you can certain videos might draw a lot of people in, and they might get a lot of viewership even if it's like a video that shouldn't be on there. Will wind up staying on there for a certain amount of time, because like I stated before, it may take a certain amount of negative reports on it until it gets removed. So anyway, people, that is basically what I wanted to touch up on. And as far as my overall view and review and critique of the website, well, out of, let's say 5 stars is perfect, I'll give YouTube 4.5 stars. I was going to make it 4, but I really think it really is, it gives so much joy and happiness for the most part for people, and it gives people an opportunity to put themselves out there if they want to, if they feel extroverted enough to do it. I'm not the most extroverted and gregarious person, but I am, like I stated before, very infatuated with this website and being able to put videos on there, and it really has created more happiness than it has sadness or despondency. So I give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. And people, this is Edwin Learnard, and until next time, stay well.